So how long have you been streaming for?
It's been, I think it was like I hit affiliate in 2019. I think August of 2019, or it might have been 2018 actually. It's been about a little over 2 years. It would have been 2018.
What
But
was it like when you started streaming?
it was actually extremely difficult. Like I think anyone that starts out streaming will know it's not. Well, actually, to be fair, you'll think it's easy. You'll look at like Ninja or whoever you're watching, you think, oh, I could do that. Anyone can do that. But when you actually try it, it's the complete opposite. Like it's so stressful but so rewarding at the same time, if that makes sense. Like it takes a long time to sort of get confident with it, but it's good to start out. It's a good experience for anyone.
Have you always wanted to stream?
um I have always wanted to. Like I think for me it's always been a confidence thing. Like it still is a confidence thing now. Like confidence with streaming still affects me like 3 years down the line, which is kind of mad. um I always wanted to. I always tried it. Like I think the first time I ever tried streaming was probably I was like 14 and I didn't have a camera. I just had a really terrible microphone and I just gave it a go. I enjoyed it, but I just thought it's not going to go anywhere. So I just gave up and tried again about 4 years later and here I am now. So
Yeah, that's
it's
me with a terrible mic right now.
but to be fair, it's just like you don't need really, really good equipment to start streaming. Like, yeah, it does help. People don't want to come into like a terrible microphone, but you don't need one. Like, it's not necessary. Like, you can look at there's loads of Twitch partners that just stream off their PlayStation with like their headset. You don't need a massive setup, a massive desk, loads of lights. Yeah, you don't need any of that. It's all about the personality, really, when it comes to streaming.
So what made you want to stream?
My family have. I personally don't see it, but my family have always said that I should be like an entertainer in some form, like a stand-up comedian or something. I'm not a funny man. I've never actually. That's a lie. I have said on Twitter that I'm occasionally funny, but I'm not a funny man. I don't see myself as a comedian. But I just thought I love meeting new people. I've gamed all my life. There's nothing else I want to do with my life. Like people at school would be like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor," or "I want to be, I don't know, a builder," or something like that, or "I want to be in film." And I was just like, couldn't tell you, absolutely no clue what I want to do in my life. Um, in reality, I did know, but I was more embarrassed to say that I want to be like a gamer because that sounds a bit like not cringe, but you know what I mean. If a kid says I want to be a gamer, they're gonna get laughed at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
Um,
mean. What's your favorite thing about streaming?
the favorite thing's the interactivity is probably the best thing purely because I can sit play a game like I normally would. Like say if the cameras are off, so I wasn't streaming, I'd still be sat in this exact same chair playing the exact same games anyway. And the actually being able to interact with people all over the world, get to know people, because like I've always said that some streamers see their viewers as just a number. I don't see mine as viewers. I see them as friends. Like we all get to know each other pretty well. Obviously, we don't go too personal because that's like not the best on the internet when you don't know the person like properly. But like we get to know each other. Like I know most of their first names, the things they like. And yeah, it's the interactivity purely because I see everyone as friends. Like people see themselves. Some streamers see their viewers as just numbers, but we all know each other. Like I mean, you get to know me quite well. I get to know you quite well. We get to play games together, have a chat. If anyone's feeling down, then hopefully I cheer them up, and probably vice versa. I said in Discord actually today that I didn't really feel like 100% mentally for my streams the last couple of days. Um, but towards the end, I was at 100% because actually chatting to you lot and just chilling with you lot brings my mood up. So that's my favorite thing, really. That's why I do it.
Yeah, when I started watching your streams, I noticed how interactive with the viewers you are. Because I
I,
watch other streamers and it's like just watching a TV show, like they just do their own thing and you're just watching.
yeah,
Like
like I
having
mean,
like full on conversations with the people that are watching, like reading out the comments and playing with them.
I just think anyone can play a game. Anyone can play the game. Like people don't come. So, to be fair, with Twitch, sometimes you have people come for the gameplay. If it's a brand new game that they haven't got, they want to watch it. But when you're playing like Siege, that is in its sixth year now, people don't come for the gameplay. They come for the person that's playing, to join the person that's playing. So really, it is more about the person than the actual gameplay. Like, I mean, I'm not the best player in the world at Siege. People could be watching like champions, like the best players in the game, and instead they're watching me, someone that is is very inconsistent with the game, but actually like replies. And the thing I feel like, I can't watch big streamers like as much as I would like to watch like Shroud and that. Like, but to be fair, Shroud's a bad example because he is quite interactive. But like Ninja, for example, he used to be really interactive, but I think as numbers went up, I understand it's more difficult to be interactive, but there's just very little signs of like attempt, if that makes sense. I'd hate to get to that stage because that's why I do it. I love chatting to everyone, so that's what I'll keep doing.
Yeah, it's like not even just on stream that you interact. You've got like your Instagram and your Discord. And I've heard how you talk about you answer people's messages and stuff. And, if they're going through something, that you're willing to talk to them about it.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, I don't get DMs all the time. Like, I'm not a massively popular man, but when I do, I try my best to get back to them. Sometimes there's ones that are just random DMs that you can't really answer, so I don't answer those. But if it's something that actually like needs an answer or is answerable, I will, because I just think all of you like support me every single day that I'm streaming. I would love to give that back at any time that I physically can, whether it just be a quick message or 5 minutes out of my day just chatting to you, something like that. It's not really much to ask of me, if that makes sense, considering you lot are there for me every single day. It's a blessing, really, that I get to have that connection with people. Do you know what I mean?
Well, really, you don't owe your viewers anything, and you're personally going out of your way to like interact with them off stream, which is
Like,
not things that everyone does.
well, I mean, it's for like I said, for me, the interactivity is the only reason why I actually stream. Like, people think money, but you don't make a fat lot of money from streaming. Like, it's not, obviously once you get bigger, more money will flow in. But when you start out, your first couple of years, you're lucky if you make anything. Like, if I was doing it for money, I would have given up by now, because it is that difficult to actually stream. You're gonna just crash mentally if you're in it for the money, because you're gonna think, oh, I'm not earning anything, I'm gonna give up now, and I'm just gonna do something else. But because I've had interactivity probably since the get-go, I've kept doing it. It's the only reason why I do it. So as much as people might believe that or not, it is the only reason why I do it.
I'm also surprised of how consistent your streams are, like every single day. And you have other stuff going on, but you always seem to manage to stream every single day.
I think part of that is like, that's in some way it's just as much for me as it is for anyone else, because it's nice to, I don't have that busy of days. Like, I'm not especially with lockdown and everything anyway, I'm not that busy of a man. So when it comes to just wanting a few hours to chill in the evenings, because like say I was working a 9 to 5, I'd want to come home and relax for a bit. Like, that is my relaxation time. Obviously, I've got almost a 10-week-old son. That he isn't that bad. Obviously, I've got my girlfriend, Miss I Bottomhole, to look after him during the day. But it is my chill time. It's my downtime. I love doing it every day. I will keep it going every single day for as long as I physically can, because I love doing it every day. Like, honestly, if I don't stream in an evening, I go to bed and I can't sleep, because I'm there just like, this isn't my normal routine. My normal routine is I stream, then I come off and go to bed. So when I skip that main part out of my day, I can't function. It's rooted into my brain. No, I have to stream every day.
So would you say that streaming is more than a hobby than a job?
Definitely, yeah. I say it. Obviously, you do make some money from streaming, but like, it will always be a hobby of mine. I think once you get into the mindset of streaming is just a job, it's no longer a hobby. You've lost touch in it then, if that makes sense, because you're playing a game. Like, you're sat playing a game. You're supposed to be having fun. It's supposed to be a hobby. You're supposed to look forward to doing it. Like, there are a lot of big streamers that probably don't enjoy it as much as they used to, but still do it because, it pays the bills, stuff like that, which I think makes sense. If that's sort of your main source of income, then sure thing, keep going for it. But you've got to still enjoy it. Like, it's streaming is so difficult to keep mentally sort of stable. like during a streaming career, you have to enjoy it to do it. If you don't enjoy it, you're going to give up. You're going to crash eventually. So it'll always be a hobby. I think I would no, it won't be a quote, but Shroud said a little while ago, someone asked him how long he's going to stream for, and he said, I will stream for as long as I enjoy playing video games, which is probably the same as me. As soon as I give up on video games, streaming will probably stop, because that is the main essence of a stream, is the interactivity with something in the background. So when I stop, then the streams will probably stop, but I can't see that happening. I'll be like a 90-year-old gamer probably.
So what would you say is the hardest part about streaming?
The hardest part about streaming is probably, I don't know, a lot of people say starting out, because obviously you got no one in the chat. I still now find it quite difficult to talk if no one's talking. Like, I have streams where I get, I don't know, 40 to 50 viewers. I have streams where I get 10. Streaming is very back and forth. You don't get a steady gain in like viewership, if that makes sense. You gain, you lose. At the moment, with the way Twitch is, sometimes the alerts and that don't go out, like live notifications, so you do find a massive difference in streams, but that's just the norm now. The most difficult thing would be starting out, having no one talking to you, and still trying to be entertaining, if that makes sense, because I don't rely on sort of viewer interactivity, but it is the main essence of my streams. As you said before, I'm always talking, always reading comments, etc. So without those, I probably would struggle.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's never really like moments of silence on your stream, which is really good. And the notifications are so annoying. I swear I'm never on time to the stream. I'm always late to see it.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes sometimes you do get them and you're in like to the dot of when they go out. But then it's the same. Like, some people tell me like probably every day someone says I didn't get a live notification, and that's why I've started being more interactive and making sure I'm more around stream times, especially active on like Discord and Twitter and Instagram, because then people know when I'm going to be on, rather than just relying on that, because they are so unreliable at the moment. Probably because there's so many more streamers, there's such a massive influx of viewership on the platform anyway, that they're just struggling with the servers, which makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's so annoying because I feel like I missed out on things when I join, because I'm always just so late to it. Even though I see the posts on Instagram and the messages on Discord, and I just always forget, always. I never remember.
Like, one thing I'll say now, I always say to people, is I have a lot of people apologize to me about not coming to streams, and it's never a position that you have to apologize. Like, I stream, if you can make it, swag money. If you can't, it's not a problem. If you forget, it's not a problem. Everyone's got their own things going on. Like, you've got a lot of your artsy things going on, and like schoolwork, etc., or college work. People don't think, iiNathyBoi is going live now, I should give up everything I'm doing and go watch. It's not a mindset you should have. You should get your priorities out of the way and then pop in after, I always think.
So how does it feel to have 3.4k followers now?
It's even though, like, obviously I've had like quite a steady growth, it still feels very surreal, because I still think back to when I first started streaming. I was living with my brother at the time and his girlfriend, and I was just sat on a bed in the spare room playing on my PC, probably breaking my back even worse than it already is. And to think that that person has made it this far is madness. It really is. Like, I can't even believe that I gained any sort of followers or any sort of viewership, let alone how much I have done in the time space that I have. Because I think my goal, for example, last year was to gain 1,000 followers, and I ended it with 3k. Like, I tripled my goal somehow. I don't understand how that happened. I'm very thankful that it did happen, but I still can't wrap my head around it, and I don't think I ever will. Like, having the thought in the back of your head that there's that many people that have actually, come into my stream and thought, you know what, this guy seems worth following, I'm gonna give him a follow, is a mad thought, and I'm blessed. I'm really honored.
So what do you think has made you be like this popular? Would you say it's just the interactivity?
I think most of the games that I play, I'm very average. Like, most viewers on Twitch come either for like the best players in the game or like the most interactive people with a bit of gameplay in the background. And I'm definitely in the latter because I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near top tier on any games that I've played on stream. I'm average at best at most. But I just think the fact of being interactive, a lot of people are starting to a lot of people are stopping to watch big streamers purely because they're not interactive enough for their liking. Like some people, yeah, fair enough, just want to watch for the person. They don't care about chatting to them. But I think a lot of people like the interactivity. I read every message or reply to every message. Even during like important gameplay moments, I'm still there reading the chat because it makes me feel really bad if I miss something. But I think that's probably it. I think everyone's different on Twitch. Everyone brings their own thing to the table. No two streams are the same. So I think being unique obviously helps. Gives people a new viewing experience. I think that's the most important thing. Don't look up to other people and try and copy their mannerisms for streaming because people like unique people. Just be unique, be yourself, and just do it. And people come flying in eventually.
And you have a YouTube channel, right? How's that going?
YouTube isn't going too bad. I think people always asked me to do a YouTube quite a while ago, and I was very sort of putting it off purely because my main focus has always been Twitch and it always will be Twitch because I like the live viewer interactivity experience. It's a bit more difficult at YouTube because obviously it's pre-recorded and then you can only reply in the comments. But I have started to do it a bit more now. I think I do want to be more productive. That's the right word. Productive in sort of any forms of streaming stuff. So whether that be YouTube stuff on the side, Insta, TikTok, Twitter, stuff like that. And just all around be more productive because I do find that I waste a lot of my time, like just sat up on my computer late at night where I could be being productive or going to bed early. So YouTube is going well. I'm starting to upload a video a week and maybe more if I get time. But at the moment, it's finding the routine and finding the best sort of times to record and games to play and stuff like that. But really, I'm having to wait for graphics cards to be in stock so I can build a streaming PC. So that could be whenever they come back in stock. So, but it's going good. I mean, I enjoy YouTube. I do enjoy the editing side of it, but it's just very time consuming. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I imagine the editing must be annoying.
Like, to be fair, for my edits, they're not like they're not actually that bad. Like I think you've seen a few of the videos. They're not really that much edited. Like I sort of thrive on what's going on in the game with a few funny edits on the side. I don't really focus too much on editing every single scene with a bit of something funny. So I think you can overdo it. You can have too many edits that sort of take away like the essence of the video. So my edits are very basic, but it's like my humor. There's a lot of YouTubers that I watch that edit in similar ways, and they're the only content that I watch. So it's sort of like my inspiration, if that makes sense.
Yeah, personally, I don't watch YouTube too often. I prefer Twitch as it seems just like more natural.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. Like, YouTube, it's sort of like you can fake so much stuff. That's the things I don't like. I'm the same. I don't watch that much YouTube stuff, but you can fake like so many videos and so many like. Say you watch, for example, a Siege video or something like that. That's just an example. People could fake gameplay to make themselves look better. Like I know it'd be kind of stupid to do that, but it's possible. Whereas when you're streaming, everything's live. What you see is what you get. You can't hide things. You can't put like a false sort of video or false face on it because people are watching you in live time. You can't really have the time to plan it. And that's the thing that I love. I love the live interactivity. YouTube will always be like on the back front for me purely because I love the live interactivity. That's why I stream every day. So YouTube will always be an afterthought, unfortunately.
Oh, and I hate clickbait. It's so
Oh my
annoying.
God.
And just any kind of exaggeration that they do, like scripted comedy.
The trouble is, clickbait now, it's getting to the point so many people clickbait. Like I personally don't, but you could get to the point everyone's going to have to start clickbaiting. Because it's done so much. It's even done on Twitch now as well. For example, people put things in their title that are very clickbait worthy. So you click it and then you don't get that experience you were expected by the either by the thumbnail on the stream or by the title. And it's everywhere. And the trouble is it's on every platform. It's on TikTok, It's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, it's on literally everywhere. And it's going to get to the point everyone is going to have to clickbait in order to get any views, which is going to be a very sad time when that happens.
I haven't really noticed on Twitch before.
Have you not? I think for me especially, the not really clickbait, but the things that are very like grabby to viewers is when people put those donations and that in their titles. I don't do like donations or giveaways or stuff like that in my titles purely because you don't want the wrong side of viewers to come in. You want the people that come in for the content. If you've got on your title saying, "Oh, I'm doing a giveaway today," or "I'm doing a giveaway so many followers," people will come in, wait for the giveaway. When they don't win, they'll leave and never come back. You want the people that come in, interact with you, get to know you, enjoy the content, enter the giveaway, don't win, and think maybe next time I'll stick around. And everyone thinks if I put I'm doing a giveaway in my title, I'm going to get views. So if you look through Twitch, you'll see there's God knows how many of them, and it really annoys me whenever I see giveaway at so many in my title. Like, fair enough, you want to let your viewers know, but at the same time, it's very sort of clickbaity and very grabby. But it's personal preference, I guess. If they want to name their titles out, they can. There's no stopping them. But for me, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to them, like, because they're obviously not going to attract the best audience, and if they're aware of that, then sure, they can go for it.
Exactly. If they're willing to obviously have the risk of people coming in just for the giveaway and leaving, then fair enough. Like, I mean, I've had the same. I probably previously have put giveaways in my titles because it was like I was starting out, I was naive, I did it, but I've learned so much along the couple of years of streaming that I don't do it anymore. But I've had people that have come in. For example, when I did my first giveaway, I think it was 500 followers because I didn't want to do one too early because that's like the main time that you find like people coming in just for giveaways is like the smaller people because they have a better chance of winning. I gave away a couple of headsets, I think it was, and the people that won the headsets, I didn't hear from them ever since. Like, I didn't hear from them ever again after that giveaway, which is fair enough. Obviously, they got what they wanted and they went. But obviously, it makes me think back now. I wish I'd done it a bit better so someone more regular had won it and could have been rewarded a bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember you saying on stream like a couple of weeks ago or something that you were giving something away and you wanted to make sure it went to like a small streamer.
Yeah, that was the my capture cards. Obviously, I've got a HD60 Pro, and my old one that I don't use, I was giving away, and I didn't want to risk people entering, winning, and people that I've never spoken to in streams or seen their content, or have known not really what their intentions are with it, because obviously a lot of people would win it and sell it because they are quite high in demand at the moment, so they're worth quite a bit of money. But I picked someone that I knew had been very loyal, has been wanting to stream for ages, and that's sort of holding them back, if that makes sense. So obviously I picked them to win it because I knew, one, they wouldn't sell it, two, they'd get good use out of it, and three, it would help me see them grow as a person and also as a streamer as well. So that's the only reason why I did it the way I did.
That's really nice. Should we do some viewer questions now?
I've been very much looking forward to
Instagram.
those.
We'll start off with the nice ones.
Okay, leave the worst for last.
Who inspired you to start streaming?
I think this question was asked in this actually is a really good question because it was asked in my Q&A on YouTube, but I for some reason only said one person, never went into more detail. To start streaming, I always, when I was younger, I watched like Shroud and that because I was like, I wish I could be like that man. How good he is at games. Any game he picks up, he's just a master at it. Whether it be a shooter game, I don't know, a puzzle game, whatever, he's just incredible. Shroud has always inspired me in a streaming perspective. So I thought, imagine having like a loyal chat, a loyal viewership or a bunch of friends, and also being really, really good at games. I mean, I've got the friends part, but just not being the good at games at the moment. But the Shrouds, there's obviously Ninja at one point. I mean, he's still a good streamer now. He does his thing, he gets viewers, but he's just not my cup of tea anymore. I think when he first started, he was, but now not so much. The Shroud, PewDiePie is like an obvious one. Like, when you look at PewDiePie, he's was the biggest YouTuber. I don't know if he still is. I haven't checked in quite a while. But it's just the connection he has with his viewers as well, like in his Reddit videos and stuff like that. He's got such a close bond, even though he's got like 50 odd million or 100 odd million. I can't remember how much it is. Some subs on YouTube. He still has a close bond and like a meme relationship with all of his followers, which is just something I aim for in the future. Whether that happens, whether I keep growing, who knows? Only time will tell. Just got to keep at it and see where it gets.
So this question is just great. So who's your favorite mod?
Oh, my favorite mod. I mean, that one would be a very easy one. Like I could say Miss Bottomhole, the mother of my child, but I think that's like an easy cop out. If we're talking as in favorite mod as in does their duties, it would probably be the one and only iiNathyBoi, because he is pretty swag money. Obviously, Miami Dolphins is a very good mod, but he's a very, very busy man. You know, he's not able to be in streams as much as Macca. So I think Macca's probably my favorite mod at the moment. Hashtag MMM.
Gonna start some drama by saying who's your favorite.
I know. I mean, but hopefully, Bottom will understand that she is a mod, but she is she wanted to be mod just for the sort of this status. She doesn't want to be mod to do the duties. She wants just the status. So I'll let her have it for now, but I might take it away in the future.
So what's your best advice for anyone that wants to start streaming?
My best advice would probably be just if you are sat there thinking I'm not good enough to stream, I wouldn't be good at streaming, I'm not funny enough, I'm not entertaining enough. The best thing I'd recommend is just clicking the go live button. That's what I did. That's what I still do now. Sometimes I'm having a down day and I don't think I'm mentally there for a stream today. I just think, screw it, I set everything up, I click the button, I go, and then at the end, I'm like, I'm so glad I clicked it. You've got to be interactive. Don't use follower only chat. If you use follower only chat, it is the most irritating thing ever for viewers. Like I don't think I've ever used follower only chat. I think I used it once actually when I got follow botted and view botted. I used it as a means so that I unfollowed them all so I couldn't talk and just spam the chat. But if you use it on a regular basis, turn it off, and you'll notice a massive increase in viewership and just in growth in general. Just whenever you're feeling down, whenever you feel like you're not up to streaming, just click it, give it a go. If you still don't feel up to it a bit later on, end the stream, relax, have a day off, try again the next day. Just don't give up. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would stream. So think of it that way.
And the next one is, what is your favorite TV show or movie?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I don't know. Movie wise, I've got quite a few. Whenever someone asks me, I always say Saving Private Ryan. Mr. Tom Hanks is such an incredible actor, but I think that's a very specific taste. Obviously, I love Saving Private Ryan, but I also love stuff like Lord of the Rings is good films. My sister's gonna like cry with joy when I say that because she's obsessed with them. But I just think I'm not a big movie goer. I'm more of a showman. Like I don't like the thought of sitting there for 3 hours watching a film, but I'll happily sit there for 3 hours watching a TV show that makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if you're the same.
I definitely agree.
Yeah,
I prefer
I don't
TV shows.
I don't know why it is, but for some reason I can't sit for 3 hours and watch a film, but I can watch like 4 or 5 hours of a TV show. Pretty sure I sweated out Sons of Anarchy in the space of like a couple of days, and that's got like 6 seasons, I think. And I watched it all in the space of like a week at max.
I only ever watch like shows in like one day, just fully binge watch them.
Oh, my mum's the same. She can get through like 2 seasons in like one sitting. She loves her TV shows. But yeah, like I mean, classic TV shows like Drake and Josh, SpongeBob, stuff like that. You can't beat them. Like there's no TV like them. And it's a shame because like the nowadays kids programs are all like bloody Paw Patrol and all that stuff, and it's no good. Drake and Josh is where it's at.
Yeah, I've been rewatching Cartoon Network shows, which I think are the best, like Adventure Time, Amazing World of Gumball.
Yes,
the best.
So many good shows on Cartoon Network. I mean, like Ed, Ed and Eddie, such good TV shows when I was younger. It's mad, but like, to be fair, a lot of the TV shows that I say were good when I was younger, depends who's watching. They might not even know what shows I'm on about.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. It really is. Like they've missed out on like the peak of TV shows, and and films and games. Like the games, yeah, are still good now, but they used to be so much better. The actual game and experience was so much better than it is now today.
I hate the amount of kids on TikTok. It just makes me so sad. Like they watch some TV.
I think in some way the app is aimed towards kids. Like I don't know what it is about it, but like you tend to see more kids on there than adults, which I think kind of makes sense with like the type of app it is. But at the same time, TikTok is such an incredible way to grow. Like a stream channel, a YouTube channel, whatever else you're doing. TikTok at the moment is booming. Like it's a train you need to get on before it crashes because it's an incredible way to start. I mean, some of my viewers now came over from TikTok.
No,
Just
I
from
made
like
an account, but I never posted anything.
you should post on, like, you might find, yeah, it might be slow at first. You've got to be really lucky. Like none of my videos get that many views on TikTok. Like they're not the best of content, so I don't expect them to. But like one video got like almost 200,000 views and like 20,000 likes. Is probably one of the favorite TikToks I've made, and it's probably the easiest. So it is a brilliant place to grow. Like, I mean, I gained over 400 followers on TikTok just from that one video. So it just shows you need one clip to go viral, and then you'll start getting a steady growth then.
Wow, you've convinced me.
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy.
That was the same with me. Like I'd go to bed at like 5 a.m, get up at like 3 p.m, have a few hours with my son, just relax a bit, then I'd stream, and then I'd do the same again. And it was such a waste of like the first portion of the day. Like, I mean, today I got up at 11 o'clock, still not that early, but it's 4 hours earlier than I normally would. And I've had time to spend time with my son, relax, do this lovely podcast, and then I'll go for a walk and I'll come back and stream later on.
Okay, so the next one is, what do you think about Blackbird?
Oh, dearie me. Oh, if you use Blackbeard in rank, you're a stinky boy. It's just, I don't see the point of why he's an operator. Like, I think it's good now because obviously he has about three bullets to break his shield on his gun. Before, it used to be like impenetrable, you couldn't break it, which was just mad. Why would they ever think that's a viable option in the game? And now he shouldn't be in the game. If you play Blackbeard, you're a dirty boy. And that's all I have to say about that question.
I actually quite like Blackbird. I don't use him, but I don't think he's a bad operator.
Like, he's good. That is why I hate him so much. He's a good operator with a really OP ability. Like, if you can manage to shoot accurate enough playing Blackbeard, by the time 3 bullets hit your shield, you're gonna win the fight. It makes no sense. He's too OP. No one else has anything anywhere remotely similar. He's very OP. That's why people use him all the time. That's why I hate him so much.
And here's the last lovely question. Someone just said, ask him why he smells.
Why he smells?
Yeah, why do you smell?
Oh, why do I smell? Okay. Why do I smell? To be fair, I always wear my dressing gown. I think you'll always realise I wear my dressing gown a lot during streams. It's more for comfort, partly because it gets very cold in this room. I get very warm, and also when I wear a banana suit on top, it gets very, very sweaty, and that's why I smell.
So, how has the pandemic affected you?
In some way, the pandemic has affected me in a good and a bad way. Like, my daily routine consists of sitting on my Xbox anyway, so it hasn't changed that much. Like, I still got to work. Obviously, I work in retail, so it's not it is stressful because it gets very busy, and with everything else going on, it can get stressful. But it's not like the most important job in the world, if that makes sense. But it's still important in essence. So I go to work. I still stream every day. My life hasn't changed too much, but in some way, Twitch has been booming recently because of the lockdown, because of the pandemic. Like, the pandemic isn't a good thing at all. Like, it is no way, shape, or form been a good thing for anyone. But with everything so negative, you've got to try your best and stay positive. And I just think Twitch has grown so much because of the pandemic. Everyone's at home. It's brought loads of new streamers to the market as well for people to watch. So it has created a bigger sort of variety in viewers and streams as well. But the pandemic personally hasn't affected me, but I feel for everyone that it has affected in terms of loss of family and stuff like that. I'm very fortunate that no one in my family has had it as of yet, and hopefully it stays that way.
So, what's your day-to-day life like?
I've always been dreading this question because my life is so boring. Like people have asked me like to do a day in the life video on YouTube and that, but I'm like, literally my day is me sat streaming. Like I don't do that much more. I think I'm trying to get a better routine. So like I get up, I should have breakfast, most important meal of the day, but I don't because I'm very lazy and I don't like eating it in the morning for some reason. But yeah, my day-to-day life is just getting up, chilling, spending time with my son. If I'm not going to work, go for a walk, get some fresh air, come back, chill some more, have some food, stream, go to bed. That's about it. I don't do a fat lot in my life. I probably should, um, but there's just not really much that appeals to me. Like I used to love playing football every weekend, whereas now I just really can't be bothered. I'd rather sit and just stream. I know being introverted isn't like seen as good, but I think it's a really good thing. Like I find that I get to know people a lot better. I make a lot more close friends from being sat inside playing on my Xbox streaming than I do going out places and meeting people. You find more genuine people, I find.
Do you
But
plan
definitely,
on streaming like always in the future?
as of right now, I have no intentions to stop. I think the issue is, um, who knows what platforms will be the thing in the future. Like it may get to the case that maybe Twitch might shut down like Mixer did, and I'll have to find somewhere else and start from scratch again. It's the future is uncertain, but the fact of me being streaming, that is certain. I have no intentions of quitting, unless specific things in life prohibit me from streaming. I have no intentions of quitting anytime soon. So I should always be here every day.
So
Um,
would you say that
grinding
you'd
away.
like want to be a content creator as like your main job in the future?
I think that would be the end goal. Um, I think it would be. I think the issue is the one thing I'm not looking forward to if that does happen is right now. Like I don't rely on it for money, so anything I get is a bonus. I can just chill, enjoy it while I'm doing it. But I think when it actually becomes your job, you have to you have to care about numbers. Like you've got to be focused on the numbers and try and keep encouraging the numbers and everything. To obviously keep you getting by. Whereas now I haven't got to worry about the money because obviously my job pays for all my bills, etc. I haven't got to rely on this. So I do intend to in the future if that's the position that I can get to. But I want to try my absolute best to mentally prepare myself for that, just so I don't stress too much about the figures because I'm a very anxious and stressy man. I mean, I've got 3 bald spots in my beard from stress. I don't want to get any more. So I think just try and stay mentally stable and just calm and just enjoy the ride really.
So would you say that streaming's changed you in a way?
It has massively. Like when I first started streaming, I think there is a clip on my Twitch where you it was like when I first started streaming before I hit affiliate, and I was just so quiet and so like reserved, and like my body language was just like so like close, like I was keeping myself like close, if that makes sense. Whereas now you can't shut me up. Like I mean, even at work, people are saying, "What has happened to you? You don't shut up anymore. You used to not really talk, and now I run my mouth all the time." At home, I did anyway, so that hasn't really changed. But I have definitely grown as a person and become slightly more confident of a person from streaming. So it really has changed me.
Yeah, see, that's why I was like nervous to record because usually I'm quite a quiet person, not very talkative.
I mean, that won't be a bad thing though, because I was really quiet to start. It comes with time. It's a new experience. Like, I mean, this for you right now is a new experience. It's a new experience for me. We were both nervous and anxious to start, and I think it's going really well. You got to get past that brick wall of sort of that anxious wall of like, I don't think I can do it. Once you get over that wall, it'll be smooth sailing. You'll be fine then.
Do you have anything that you've never told your viewers before?
Oh, I've never told them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a very open book. I think um anything they ask me, I'd be willing to answer unless obviously it was like too personal. Like people ask me where I live, and obviously I'm not going to tell them where I live. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what I have and haven't told them, to be honest, because I'm always talking. I think I let things slip quite a lot. like I used to have a Google Home that I physically unplugged every time I streamed because I was scared it would like dox me and give up my address. Um, but knowing it, eventually, actually tell a lie. One thing I don't think I've ever told them, or I may have told them, is I actually accidentally doxed myself and released my address not that long ago, but I deleted it in time. But I don't think anyone saw it, which was a very scary time for me because I was there. It was during a sponsored stream and I was having to keep going. I was there like, please tell me no one saw that, but I didn't want to say.
Wow, that is very lucky.
Yeah. So yeah, that was there's not really a fact of that. I haven't told them though, because I answer pretty much anything, like whatever they ask me. I answer. I don't think there's anything I've kept from them.
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't
it might
know.
have been a difficult question because I noticed how you literally just tell them anything.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I've got a channel point reward saying ask me anything, I'll answer truthfully. Obviously I answer truthfully anyway. That's more of a way of to scam them out of 2,000 channel points.
So, do you have any like aspirations unrelated to streaming?
The only thing I aspire for really in life is to be a good role model for my son when he's older. That is pretty much it. Everything else is stream related. I want to keep going, enjoy it as much as I do, but unrelated to stream is be a good role model for him. Be an all round general good person is my aspiration for life.
I'm still mad at you that you like McDonald's Sprite. I'll never try it.
What day is it today? Wednesday. I had McDonald's Sprite yesterday, I think it was, or it might have been the day before.
So
I can't remember which that was.
disappointing.
It's
It's just
nice.
TV static, isn't it? Tastes
No,
just like it.
it is I will admit it is quite overly like fizzy, but it is very nice. It's very refreshing. Like McDonald's Coke is unbeaten. You can't beat it.
No, McDonald's Oasis hits different.
No, no, not a chance. My mom has McDonald's Oasis, and that's why I'll never have it. It's an old person's beverage when you go to McDonald's.
That is not true.
Yes, it is. It is. I don't think I've ever had an Oasis from McDonald's.
Well, then you can't judge it then, can you, if you've not tried it?
Yeah, but like, I just don't see the point. Like, I had a big bottle of Oasis on stream yesterday. That only cost me £1. McDonald's Oasis would cost me like £1.99 or something for like a half a bottle.
Well, I don't think that's true, but okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
I doubt it's that expensive.
I mean, you never know. You never know. Prices are going up nowadays with all the lockdown and everything. McDonald's may be the most expensive takeaway in the world in the future. You never know.
Gourmet.
Yeah,
Really
gourmet.
expensive cuisine.
It's a gourmet meal. That's like fine dining. That is McDonald's. Screw
Definitely.
like
Gotta
Miller and
reserve a
Carter
table and everything.
Steakhouse. Yeah, I know. But to be fair, no, you can't even get a table. That's how booked up it is. I think when you see the streams, you see sort of how just chilled I am. Like, some people come into streams and feel too anxious to talk. But I think when you see someone that's nice and chilled and just chatting about anything, you feel more welcomed then, which is quite a nice feeling. But I was honoured to be asked to be on for the first episode. Thank you very much to you. And thank you to anyone that's asked any questions as well. It was a very enjoyable and different experience for me.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.